Hi, Ray. How we go? Sit. Go, girl. There you go. Wow, we got stuff happening today. Well, not right now, but got this Swath Master pickup. Well, pretty much all done on this case header. Got to talk to New Holland or Case about the speed sensor. I think that's what we're looking at. Speed sensor and where to put it. Hi, Abby. On here. Other than that, this header is ready to sell. Oh, one belt to put on. One pickup belt. And this thing, what in the world? Where'd the shield go for this? Over there. Putting this sun pickup now onto this header. Yeah. Not so bad. Not so bad, I say. Oh, harsh water. Today's project, before we get going on silage this afternoon, is I gotta see about dinking around with this. So this is the deck. I think they call it a deck. And when we're going normal into the middle, the drive roller's over there pulling it. When we switch to double swathing, it's the other way, you know, common sense, eh? Where then that comes into play is when this shifts over and we're going the other way, more of the weight is on this end, so the roller has to work that much harder or need more traction. So we gotta pull, we're pulling the opposite way of where the load is. So when we're going this way, the drive roller's on the end, so it's pulling the top that's loaded. Now we're pulling the bottom that's not loaded, and it's got to go around this roller to pull this way. So that's my short way of whatever. Anyways, it's harder, takes more torque and power and whatever. Issue is having that side, you load up too full, it slows right down and okay, fair enough. This side though was having issue, it wouldn't slow down, it would be just, yeah, stop, and then you had to shift the deck, duck, and then poof, way it went. And I was like, oh, I remember this piece was wore out, kind of bent down. So what happens is it loads up, and then the canvas, when it comes to this middle here, or this joiner, it's loaded, so we got a lot of pressure crop on here, and it catches, I thought this was, okay, no, it catch this, see this little piece there? It'll catch, because this is actually where the heaviest is, because you'll have most of your crops on the first half. So gotta see about trying to fix this a little bit. So if I put like, if I can put a thin piece of like puckboard, wrap it around and rivet it in or something like that, maybe. Need a new deck. Both sides need a new deck. That's next year's project. 4,000 bucks per deck frame. 4,600, I think. So we'll see what we can do. See what we can cobble together. Ugh. What's with the animals that get just crawling the canvas? Had a whole freaking mouse there. Like, alright, I think kind of looks a little cheesy, but no one will see. It'll be underneath. Steven got the track hole going. Gonna go dig out a dugout. Right. Moment of truth. Is that how that pulls out? Might have broke off a little far in there. I've honestly never used rivets much. Never. Well, I guess that must be how it I thought it breaks off like flush. Might have to grind that down just a little. Let's see. Hopefully that's not too big of a bump. That might be alright. A phone call? Nope. That might be, that might work. That might not be too high. I might have to just grind a little bit off. Because, that will stall out a little bit. Unless I welded. Right there, and right there. Not sure if that would be enough to hold though. I guess we'll try it. It shouldn't catch like this. It should just rub over it. Maybe. All right, let's do this other one. Put the canvas on, give her a whirl. Don't run into this water. Are we gonna go do some digging in the corrals or what? Before it goes off to the muskeg. What a slow piece of junk that thing is, holy. Just keep going. All done up, which looks to be the way it should be. Let's yeah, everything looks copacetic. Alrighty. Beautiful afternoon. Not so beautiful afternoon. Steven got halfway down to the pasture. And Dawn, you decided to shell its belt out. Yeah. So he's coming with some belts. Back in 1980, I guess it was somewhat serviceable. But golly gee darn, it'd be nice if you didn't have to unbolt the hood to take it off. Just pop the hood up. No. Yeah. She'll be back rolling before too long. Alright, only like an hour or so behind schedule thanks to a blown fan belt on the hoe and everything else that comes with that. But hey, we're back in business. It's all blowed off, filled up. Woo-wee. Let's go cut. Yes, go cut. Oh yeah, we don't need it quite. Oh yeah, I guess it's full blast. Oh, Mike's silaging. Look at that, the Dawn deer. I'm going to cut silage so they can start chopping tomorrow. And Mike's making silage. Woo! Things are happening! Why are we not swathing? Because we're watching the swather take a leak. Swather's peeing. Found out why I can't double swath that well, especially on this side. I gotta adjust the deck. It's too tight. So I wondered why there's this little groove, where's that, in the new canvas. So just the length here doesn't seem to be so bad over here. But when you go to shift the deck over, we have way too much pressure here to the point that like this was getting warm. And the edge of the cutter bar is cutting grooves into the canvas. That was interesting. I went to start going and it won't even, yeah, our pieces are still there. It won't even, it'll like attempt to move and like stop. Just stupid. Yeah, it's fine all the way up to there, but once you get right there to here, it's way too high up. Way too much pushed up. So I gotta wait for the proper tools. I got tools, just I don't got all the proper ones. Yeah. Then we'll lower this down and then it won't be wearing as bad. And we'll be able to double swath like everyone wants us to, and we'd like to do. So how you adjust your draper decks is you go under here, see if you can see or not. No, I don't think so. Anyways, there's 4 places on the deck where it's held up. So you gotta go in there, 3/4 inch, loosen it, and then push it down. So you don't want to loosen it too much or it falls down. Loosen enough, pry it down. We just may have this figured out, possibly. Hopefully. Oh, I think we might have got her. Oh, it's working in! It's working in, guys! Adjust our float a little bit here. It's supposed to adjust the flow kind of on the go, but sometimes the computer, oh, I'm dirty. Sometimes the computer kind of short circuits and it does. Whew, boy. It's been a morning. Got that draper roller changed and I'll bend that piece of metal up yet. That guide kind of bends sometimes. Looks so good so far. Oh, come on. Change that. I got it in the cab here. Macdon and their switches don't last very long. Oh, we're fogging. Oh my. Knock on wood. It's working. The roller actually, it seemed kind of okay, but yesterday when I was having all kinds of trouble, the bearing, I touched it and it's like, ooh, ow, what the heck? Like the canvas was hot and here the bearing was like not smoking but smoking. And when I was playing around with it today, the bearing wasn't like falling off, toast like that. But you could tell there's no grease left in it and it was kind of growly. And when you load it up on the double swath side, well, that's where suddenly it'll have way more drag. So, yeah. I think it's like 680 bucks or 690 bucks. So, we got a spare roller that we got to put bearings in now. should have done all the bearings at once. I know some of you are like, yeah, should have done your bearings all at once. When we did the other side that was seized. Yeah, well, no one's accused me of being the sharpest knife in the drawer. Yeah. I did kind of want to have a spare roller, because if you have it like new bearings in it all ready to go, it's a lot easier to just pop a roller off, change a roller, than try and pound the bearings out all the time, kind of thing. Alright, let's see if I can keep ahead of Patrick in his new chopper. It's so wet that we're flicking water under the windshield. Oh, jeepers. It's been getting hot, like cooking hot during the day, but the dew we've been getting, it's like it rained overnight. It's just friggin' wild. Yee yee! Let's go! And then we want to skip over 4 rows to, we're at 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 is what we want to be at. Where's 7? It's kind of important to get it right when you're, oh, we gotta back up a little bit. Kind of important to get it right when you're double swathing, because you kind of, the other row kind of is determined on you and how you do. It's actually quite fun double swathing. Look at that, we're 4 rows over. Where? And then if I really want to do the least amount of deck shifting, then I will go up this next one up, and I'll shift my deck, and I'll do 3 strips before I have to shift again. I do like double swathing when it's working good. It's so friggin' cool. Putting 70 feet into a swath. It's also even cooler when you go through a decent crop like this. This is actually a pretty nice barley crop, especially for the year. Woo! It's beautiful. When you can put a pretty decent barley crop, shift it over and double swath it. Friggin' ain't cool. The idea is to keep the chopper full, because the chopper can only go so fast ground speed wise, because if you go too fast then it's bouncing around, and they've had like the spoke break off. So if he can stay full, and I don't even know what the chopper is per hour, they're big, huge money. So if you can keep him at 100% capacity, it's worth every penny of whatever it costs to swath. Alright, I need to get to my coffee. I haven't had my coffee yet today. My alarm did, well, I woke up and I thought I hit snooze and I hit off. Oh well, only an hour behind schedule. First bit of the day done screwed up. Thankfully it's not on the highway. I judged 1 strip too far. Man, 11. Ain't that just lovely? Embarrassing. Ay, ay, ay. I'll have to do 1 single strip down. Oh my goodness. Oh well, the coffee hasn't kicked in yet. I'll use that as my excuse for right now. Yeah, we'll go with that. Look at that swath there. Holy moly. Oh yeah, look at that. There's a thick ass boy right there. Woo! Ooh, there's some barley there. job, whatever you call it, of the year complete. We are up to, let's see, it's 280 finished a couple days ago, and this was 280. So what's that? 560 acres of silage cut to date. And got another phone call for more silage up by Lac La Biche again. Another returning satisfied customer, 2 of them actually. So let's see, what do we have on the books right now for silage? If I remember the numbers correctly, we have, we're closing in on 15? Yeah? 1,500 acres potentially, well, scheduled, not exact on dates just yet. About 1,500 acres in the next, what are we thinking here, in the next week to 10 days. 10 days, 2 weeks. It's gonna be a busy time. Woo! Swath and barley. Look at this beautiful perimeter perennial hay, palm, whatever stuff. This is looking nice. But here's the swath grazing. Right here is where the drill was. Smashed in the ground. I think this is what it, yeah, angled right there. Look at this swath grazing. And look, you can feel a bit of the dew in the air. Already wet. Whoa. And it's been no rain since Thursday, close to a week, and it's been like 30 degrees for the last few days. Hot, but the dew. Anywho, enough of that. Look at this. Would you look at this? Oh man, look at that. Look at all the moisture just sitting on the tips of the leaves. It's just collecting it, so it'll act like pretty much rain. That's beautiful. Look at that. Oh my. Probably should come give it a spray. Get some of these. Sounds like we got eagle over there. Get some of these broadleafs and give it a drink of some foliar. Some corn. Look at that. And green, dark ass green. Oh, it's beautiful.